Hey guys, I want to bring you a video on comping. Finding the ARV is the first thing that we have to do to really get a value for the property so we can come up with our maximum allowable offer after finding repairs. I have a property here, and I'm going to show you how to use a Redfin to be at very accurate comps. This property is 221 Scott Boulevard in Decatur. The neighborhood is showing a $260 ARV, that's price per square foot. All right, this is how I get really accurate about the neighborhood. I found that it's not always just good to be within a mile of the subject property, but you need to be within a half a mile or what we call the neighborhood. So I've already put 221 into Trulia, into Zillow, and into Redfin. Let me scroll back up here on the Redfin one. Okay. Now, what I found is Trulia will give you the name of the neighborhood right here every time. Right? So West Claremont is the name of this neighborhood. We know we're looking at a property in Decatur, but it has a specific neighborhood. This is important because you can actually be in one neighborhood that has similar houses, so at a similar price, and cross over a major street. So in this case, you cross over Druid Hill or Scott Boulevard or East Ponce de Leon, and now you're in a completely different neighborhood with a different price point. So it's important that when you're looking at comps, you're comparing apples to apples. But in this case, so if you click on West Claremont, it'll show you the layout of West Claremont, how it laid out right here. To get a little better idea, if I scroll down here, you can see that it runs up Scotts Boulevard. It goes under Claremont, and it comes around here at West Ponce de Leon, and right before it gets to Pine Tree Drive, right under Nelson Drive, right? So that's the layout. What I found is if you go to Redfin and scroll down, it will also break the zip code down by neighborhoods right here at the bottom. Oftentimes, the neighborhood will be named right here. In this case, I don't see West Claremont on the list, right? It will be great if West Claremont was on the list. I could just click on it. It would take me to all the properties in West Claremont. But because it's not on the list, what I'll do is I'll click on the zip code. I'll open up a new screen with the zip code, right? It shows a clip of houses for that whole zip code. I will then go and filter for houses not for sale, but have been sold over the last 12 months, which is a year. In this case, the square footage of this property is 1612. So then I would make sure that I'm looking for properties that's 500 below and 500 above. So 1612, that would be roughly 1100. I go to 1000, and then above would roughly be 2100. I go to 2250. Okay, so that lets you know where the properties are in that zip code for that time period. These are all sold houses in that time period for that zip code. All right, so now I apply that filter. That's what we come out with. Now, what I want to do is draw that same figure. Again, the same figure that we found here. If that neighborhood, which is West Claremont, Claremont West, was already on this list here, it will be nothing to draw. But because it's not on the list, I'm going to draw this figure the best I can. And it's going to just pull out houses in that neighborhood. So here I go. I'll come over here. I'll hit draw. And I'll start right up Scotts Boulevard, just like that other picture. I'll go up to Claremont, which is here. I'll come down to West Ponce, which is there. I go down to close to the end of West Ponce. Now, I drew that with it being small. You can actually blow this up like this. Let me do it again. I'm going to remove the line. I'm gonna I'm gonna blow it up just a tad, not too much here. I'm gonna move this over. All right, so I see Scott Boulevard, I see Claremont. I'm gonna hit draw. I'm gonna go up Scott Boulevard, up to Claremont. I blew it, guys. Just a moment. I think you see what I'm trying to do, but I could be better at drawing. All right, I'm gonna go up Scott Boulevard, up to Claremont, around to West Ponce de Leon, right here to Nelson Ferry and over, right? It's going to give me houses that fall into that neighborhood. And that is the same neighborhood, similar. I got close. It goes down to Nelson Ferry, goes up Scott Boulevard, up to Claremont, and come across to West Ponce. I did my best to draw that. But here you see I have 5 comps. Those 5 comps show up over here, right? And those will be the same comps I would look at examining my subject property. Those fall into the same neighborhood as my subject property. Now, sometimes the neighborhood is even smaller than that, right? You can get into drawing smaller and smaller. Like these streets could all make a difference. You cross over this street, you could be in a different neighborhood. In this case, we identified West Claremont by looking at Trulia and seeing what neighborhood was named. And then we just mapped it out here. Because it wasn't on the list here in Redfin, I was able to draw it out and get 5 comps. I'm going to use these comps for my subject property, right? These are properties that sold within the last year that's in that West Claremont neighborhood. I hope this help you see a good way to find comps quickly and to actually be very specific to neighborhoods. I found that that's very important when you're looking at deals, especially in areas that's high population, a lot of turnover, a lot of deals being done. You can easily cross over into another neighborhood and get different values up or down that's not really specific to that house, right? So guys, hey, use these tools. Make sure you're using them. Take action. You should be putting in 30 offers a week. Let's get going, all right? Let's get 2 or 3 contracts a week. All right, let's go.